Hello everyone, my name is Akshay Kumar Dattatreya Bhagat and today is 27th of July 2022 and it's my original video. So our today's topic is Introduction to Spring. So as we know, when we are programming with Java in advanced part, uh, we are having Spring Framework. So basically, the Spring Framework has been introduced in the year 2003. So the reason behind the development of Spring Framework is to ease of the developer, or we are having different modules or another tutorials, so that we have minimized the work, or we have using the already predefined dependencies or IOCs. So basically, in Spring, first of all, we will look the uh, as what is having in Spring framework. So basically, Spring framework is an lightweight framework. So we can say Spring framework as an framework of framework. So it is having different like struts, Hibernate, or any other. So it is having different module like IOC, IOC or Spring, IOC or Spring MVC or REST controller. So MVC means model view on control. So basically, now we will see the Spring server. So basically, Spring server comprises of three main parts. So that is Spring Web, then Spring Core, then Spring Data JPA. So Spring Web is used to communicate with the user interface or UI side. Then the Spring Core actually does the IOC or dependency injection. Then the Spring Data JPA, that is Spring Data Java Persistence API, that is Application Programming Interface, is used to communicate with the database. So basically, uh, in Spring Web, we are having controller, and in controller we are having different methods of Java. So basically, when the user hits the URL, at that time that request comes, and first of all it comes to the Spring Web. So in Spring Web, we Spring in our URL, um, we are having the server IP address of server, and then we are having the method name, and along with it, it can have an optional data or just a method name, depends. So then this request goes to the controller. Through controller, it goes to the Spring 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 Core Spring. So Core Spring provides an IOC or DI. So basically, we have seen in previous video that what is meant by IOC and dependency injection. So then in Spring Data JPA, we are having like we can say it is having JDBC Hibernate or Spring JPA, Spring Data JPA. So internally everything is using JDBC, but due to introduction of Hibernate or Spring Data JPA, our code is totally minimized. As we know that in JDBC we are providing connections, providing the path, then closing the connections, uh, giving the path of the method. So this totally work has been minimized due to introduction of Hibernate and Spring Data JPA. Ready-made code is available in Spring Data JPA. So internally it uses JDBC itself, but it is having the ready-made code. So its advantages is that it reduces the coding part. Everything is ready-made available. There is no donkey work behind this. So that is communicating with our database and verifying exchanging of our data with the database. So Spring Data JPA is a temporary, we can say temporary memory data storage. So it is storing the data in a temporary form by communicating with the database. Then it is again connected with the core Spring. So in core Spring we are having IOC and dependency injection, due to which we are having the loose coupling. So basically, Spring framework is introduced due to create a loose coupling. So what is loose coupling? So loose coupling is nothing but our code should doesn't depend on each other. It should be providedly independent. So means one technology if changes, it should not affect the another technology. So everything should be independent. So this was done due to IOC, that is inversion of control and dependency injection. We got achieved towards the loose coupling. Then already predefined object of we can't doesn't have to create an object every time. The object has been created automatically itself due to IOC, and object handling also done by the IOC itself. So that part is totally minimized due to our IOC, that is inversion of control. So this is all work minimized by the Spring framework. So this was all about the Spring framework. Thank you.